What's up, you beautiful people? Welcome to another video. So if you took absolutely everything away from my business, you took all the money out of the bank accounts, you shut down all my social media accounts, you shut down their YouTube channel with over 300,000 subscribers, you shut down the LinkedIn with over 100,000 subscribers, you take all that stuff away, but you just left me one thing, and I get to choose what that one thing is. I'm going to choose what I consider to be the single most valuable asset within your business. The one thing that as long as you have this, you will never go out of business. Here's why this is important. Is like, I'm a very big fan of organic content. You know, you need to raise awareness, make people know that you exist, overcome the obscurity. That's the very first hurdle that all entrepreneurs got to clear. And the truth is that most of them, they don't. Like, they die of obscurity. They just die like nobody knowing that they have the cure to people's cancer. And if only if more people had known, then maybe they could have stayed in business. They could have thrived, right? But they don't, because they don't use social media. They don't know how to use organic content. So I'm a big fan, big proponent of mastering organic content. Have an Instagram account or a LinkedIn account, a place that is generating awareness that you can put out a piece of content and get seen a million times. Now, it's not going to be the type of relationship with your buyer that's going to probably get them to go and buy a high ticket item from you, but we use that attention to then drive them to like our long form content, what I call evergreen content. So that's like your YouTube channel, your podcast, right? A YouTube video like this doesn't really disappear anywhere. And so, but it's a good way for me to build a relationship with you, for you to hear what I have to say and think, maybe I want to do business with that guy, right? So that's like the two-part equation right there. Something for your temporary content, a platform on Instagram or LinkedIn that drives people to your YouTube or to your podcast. But here's the thing. That is only the first two parts of the funnel. There's a third part of the funnel. And again, like, this is the most important part. The reason for this is because in the last week, I have seen literally on X, a dozen creators take to the platform formerly known as Twitter and say, my YouTube channel just got shut down and they don't know why. Just out of the blue, YouTube went on this like cleansing spree. And this one guy in particular, William Brown, business educator, has a YouTube channel of like 80,000 people, millions of views, just gone like that. And that was like 90% of his organic traffic. His business was running off the back of that channel, and it's just gone, just disappeared. There's no recourse. There's nothing you can do because YouTube says, whoops. Well, or maybe they're just like, maybe it's not even a whoopsie. Maybe they're just like, no, yeah, we wanted you gone. We'll want to take you out, right? The thing you have to understand at the end of the day, yes, we use organic traffic to great effect for our businesses, but no matter how big your audience is, no matter how much money it's generating for you, no matter how much your audience loves you, if that platform decides to shut you down, it's gone. Right now, YouTube at this moment could shut down this channel. I have no way of making a video and getting it to you. I don't have a platform for YouTube that I can just like, I don't have all the subscribers in a place that I can just go be like, let me just upload this over here to Vimeo, right? Can't do it. If Instagram shuts me down, in fact, like 2 years ago, Instagram did shut me down for a period. And I was like, well, that was weird. Like, they're like, oh, we flagged you for this thing. I'm like, are you sure? Because like, I'm looking at that post that you say is problematic. I'm like, it seems really innocuous. I ended up winning that appeal, but it took like a couple weeks where the channel was just down. And it was like, okay, so like, what do we do? Like, all that work that we put into this channel is like just done. Like, that really sucks. And so you have to build out your funnel with the goal of gaining awareness, getting eyeballs on what you do, driving it to your long form platforms so that you can build consideration and nurture those relationships. But that then needs to drive traffic to your owned media. And that is the most valuable thing in your business, the most valuable asset that you have. If you took everything else away from me and you left me this one thing, it would be my email list. The email list is where you are trying to drive all the traffic so that you can collect people's information and they give you permission to reach out to them and send them an email in the future. So if you have an email list of 20,000 people that have given you permission to email them, every time you send them a message, it's guaranteed, assuming you haven't absolutely nuked your like inbox deliverability score because you've just been spamming people, then all of those people are going to get served your email. And that's even better than on YouTube or Instagram anyway, right? Like, if you have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, let me just tell you, not all 100,000 are being fed the next video you put out. It's going to go to like 5% of them, maybe if you're lucky, right? So email gives you a disproportionate amount of impact, the ability to get in front of like the entirety of your audience. And it's intimate. They give you permission. So like already you're ahead of the curve versus where they are as a follower on Instagram. And so you have more of a relationship. You have the ability to convert in those emails in a way that you simply could never do on YouTube and Instagram. And like I sat on the power of the email list for a long time at Escape Climbing. Like I knew all about email marketing. And for whatever reason, back in 2017, 2018, like we had an email list of a couple, like tens of thousands of people. I don't remember how big it was, but we had never sent a single email to any of the customers, anybody that had ever bought from us in the past. And then with the day that we sent out, we finally said like, "Well, let's try this and see." Like email marketers, they say like, "Do send emails." Like, okay, so we sent an email, and like we instantly made a ton of money, and we're like, "Holy crap!" Like this thing just prints money. It's great, right? So like, that is your most valuable asset. And so as you're out there in the digital ecosystem, and you're building all of these very important functions within your marketing engine, just remember the primary goal of all of this is either to get somebody to buy from you or get them to give you their email so that maybe in the future you can get them to buy from you. You don't want to just collect subscribers on YouTube. You're not just collecting followers on Instagram. You're not tracking the number of likes and comments. That's not the goal. The goal is email signups and conversions. You do that. It doesn't matter if YouTube shuts you down tomorrow. You still got a business. So my heart goes out to all the homies that got their YouTube channel shut down. Hopefully you guys get those back. Hopefully you built your own email list before this and you have a thriving ecosystem on that side of things so you don't go completely out of the game. But I'm telling you this now so that if you have not built that infrastructure, you can get ahead of the curve and start building that out. So that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next video.